Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports coach and trailer sales in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Look at that old sky back there. Man, I've got a nice one. ...2026 brand new Renegade Classic 45 CBF. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tuxedo. And when I pick the names out for these coaches, I don't think about it long. It's just kind of like what I do is I look at the coach and it's kind of just whatever comes to mind within a few seconds. And I stood here as I went to press record on my camera and I said, what am I going to call this coach? And the black with the gray with a little bit of white and a little bit of polish on those wheels, the Tuxedo is what came to mind. 2026 model. This coach is brand new. It's got around 583 miles on it, which is strictly delivery miles. 600 horsepower Detroit DD16, so 16 liter. I think it's actually a 15.9 liter to be exact, but they call it a DD16 Detroit, 600 horsepower. And we were actually able to get this one built with the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission, which is actually an upgrade. When we order the chassis, the Allison 6-speed is actually a higher dollar transmission over the DT12, which is the 12-speed that we put in a lot of them. So we requested a few of them with the Allison 6-speed, and we were told no on most of them just because Allison is busy in the construction industry right now, and I think they've pretty much told, Freightliner, hey, you're only getting this many of our transmissions per year, and so a lot of your motorhomes, you're going to start seeing more of the DT12. So anyways, long story short, this is one of them that we were able to get with that 6-speed Allison automatic. 120 gallons of fuel under the driver's door, so single fuel tank and def tank. It's got the lithium batteries. It's got the solar charging. Bad Chad and his brother John, straight out of Ocala, Florida. They've been up here with us, and look at that wheel. Ooh, doggy. Yep, they put the shine on them for sure. 12.5 Onan diesel generator, and again, brand new coach, got less than an hour on the generator. We had the Girard window awning. You can see the powered awning, and when I put all the awnings out, I'll open that up and show it to you. 3 slides. So this is the 45 CBF model on the Classic Series by Renegade. So 3 slides, 2 over here on the driver's side, 1 on the passenger side. It's got a bunk over the cab with basically a queen-size bed. So sleeping for up to like 10 people in this one. 600 horsepower, sleeps 10, and 2 full bathrooms. 40,000 pound towing capacity. We put the hitch cam, as you can see there. We've got the normal backup camera. It's got extra marker lights. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across the top. We also did the extra lights on the sides along with the ones down here on the bottom. So a lot of extra lighting. In my opinion, and I think most of you will agree, lighting does 2 things. For one, it's an aesthetics thing. So you can, I think it looks better going down the road. Chicken lights, as your truckers will call them. I think they look good. And then number 2 is the safety factor. The more lights, the more you're going to be able to be seen, and hopefully someone sees you before they merge lanes, or they see you coming before they pull out in front of you as you're coming down the road or whatever. Has the keyless entry, outdoor entertainment. It's got the outdoor cooler. I'll have to look. I think it was $128,000 in extra options and the paint. So this was a custom paint job for Renegade. Where this paint job originated from was the Icon series. Many of you may remember Renegade made the Icons up until 2023, and that was kind of their flagship model. When the Icon went out, it was retailing for north of $900,000 back in 23, and this paint scheme was one of the schemes they used on that Icon. As I mentioned with the marker lights, you can see up here on the top, we got 7 across the top as well. I think standard is 5, so the more the merrier, right? On the brand new Freightliner Cascadia chassis, it's got the adaptive cruise. It's got the what they call the Detroit Safety Assurance Package. It's got the blind spot monitoring. Again, lots and lots and lots of options on this brand new 2026. Trade-ins accepted and financing available. You can check out all the photos, easily 300 plus pictures of this coach at chasecoach.com. So stick around. I appreciate you watching. Folks, we are north of 30,300 subscribers. It seems like just the other day I was telling you we had broke 30. We're already up 30,300. So thank you. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you that tune in and watch our videos. So, yeah, just wanted to say that. If you're not a subscriber, I'll have Lauren put the little button up. You can click that, join our channel, join the fun, and we buy, we sell, we trade, and we do some consignments, but would love to earn your business. So appreciate you watching, and I'm going to open up the hood, open up the cab, open up the storage bays, and we'll finish this one up. The Tuxedo. You know, this time of the year, it gets dark really early outside, so I have to totally adjust my schedule. And actually, today I was kind of worried that I was getting out here late and it would be, you know, too dark, but the picture is perfect in that sky. Oh, man. All right, let's talk about storage bays on this coach. First bay has got the outdoor cooler, so that's a 95-liter dual zone outdoor cooler, and you can pull those two little metal little black latches there, one on each side, and the tray slides out. So the cooler slides out, gives you very easy access to your cooler, and you can put your beverage of choice in there, or you can put stuff in there to freeze. You can set both sides to cool, both sides to freeze. So lots of options with the Dometic cooler. Best part, you don't have to stop and buy ice. So it is an electric cooler with no ice required. Next bay up is going to be storage. Now you'll notice all the storage bays have the bed liner, so that was an option that we added, and this was a coach that we ordered for stock. So, and like I told you, and I've told you in many of our videos, if it's one that we order, we rarely order one just basic. To me, if I'm going to spend, you know, I'm just throwing out numbers, 650, 700,000 on a coach, 750, whatever. Why not spend the extra 50 and get the one with all the stuff instead of, you know, more of a stripped down model? So anything that I order for stock is going to be a loaded model. That's the only way I can put it. In the cardboard tube is the MCD shades. So those are actually shades that will go in the windows. So the passenger window, you'll notice like on this one, see the Velcro there? That's where that shade will Velcro to. So it also has the curtain that goes around the window. But let's say you're parked out in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's in the summer and, you know, it's hot out. You can put those MCD shades, one in the passenger window. There's a big one that goes in the main windshield, and then one on the driver's side window. And it's going to keep a lot of the heat reflected away from the coach. So big storage bay. If you take that cooler out, you actually have like a 8 or 9 foot storage bay here. One thing I want to mention, Renegade upgraded the doors. So I think it was for 25. It might have been for 26. They went with a much heavier grade Challenger door. You may recognize this door. I think Show Hauler uses this door, but this latch, the latch and the door just in general, a much better grade door than they were using there for a couple of years. 600 series Aqua-Hot, of course, you know, standard is typically the 450D. You've probably seen that in a lot of the ones we've posted. But when Renegade started offering the 600 series on the Classic, that's, again, what we started putting in all of them. And, you know, I've had a couple calls, you know, hey, man, do I really need the 600? And the answer is probably no. The 600 is, you know, it's going to create more heat quicker. It's a higher BTU rating than the 450, but the 450 is going to take care of 99.9% of your hot water and your heat with no issues. The 600 is just, you know, I think it's 12, maybe 15,000 BTUs more, and it's just bigger. Again, I think that was like a $5,000 upgrade or so. Back here, another big storage bay. We went ahead and put the Gen Tour exhaust extension for the generator on there. And this one has the 3/4 pass-through. You'll see it goes, they box it into where it goes up and underneath the frame rails. Again, everything has got the bed liner on it, which creates a good moisture barrier. You know, if you got stuff sliding around in here, it's not going to damage or scratch anything. This is the ball for the hitch. So this has a 2 5/16 on it, and I think it's got a 2-inch on the other side. So the ball comes with it, and that's the spare tile. So brand new coach, brand new case of spare tile to go with it. The coach is equipped with a central vac. And you can see all the boxes light up on motion. So the lights that they're putting in now are motion sensed, which is really cool. You open the door, as long as it sees something move, it kicks on. The central vac accessory bags here. The actual system is here. So you got 3 places you can use the vac. You can plug the hose in here for outside. There's a vac port that this hose plugs in underneath the foot of the bed inside. And then there's a toe sweep. So there's a little thing you can raise up with your toe and just literally sweep the dust or dirt or whatever right into it inside. So little storage there to go with it. It's already plumbed with the glad hand fitting. So you got the 2 brass deals there on the back of the coach. Over here on the left rear is going to be the transfer switch. So transfer switch, all automatic. It has the surge protection. You've got a 50 amp cord over here to your right with a 30-foot 50 amp reel, 30-foot cord. Renegade goes ahead and throws in the 50 to 30 adapter down there. And then they made one of the standard options, the buddy plug. So you can have a friend plug into you if his or her generator quit. Maybe you're at a campground where, you know, his cord won't reach. It won't reach the outlets, but it would reach your coach. Well, he could kind of like piggyback off of you, or you can run a cord through that little port there and plug your trailer in. If you're pulling a trailer and you want to run, you know, grab power off of the generator on the coach. Onan 12.5 diesel generator. It has, let's see here, 0.3 of an hour on it. So less than an hour on the 12.5 Onan. And that Onan pulls from the diesel tank. So 1 tank on the coach. You don't have to fill up multiple tanks to run the generator. It's going to pull from the same diesel fuel that the engine runs off of. Over here's the wet bay. So real simple to fill these up. This is one of the simplest wet bays in the industry. Basically, you take this hose and plug it into your faucet on the side of your house, shop, campground, wherever you're at. You put water pressure to it, and if you want to fill the tanks, which there's 150 gallons of fresh water into the bed, all you do is take this green lever and go down like that. So water pressure to this hose, green lever down is going to fill the tanks. Now, let's say you want to put water pressure to this hose, but you want that pressure to go to the fixtures inside the coach, which is called city water. All you have to literally do is raise up that green valve. In this wet bay, you also have the low point drain. You got a pressurized water spigot if you want to hook this hose up, which you can actually hook it up here. That spray away, you can clip in there if you want to. Pressurized water spigot, hose reel, flow jet for the macerator sewer, so it is equipped with a flow jet. Then you can see the gray and black tank dump valves. So used to, they were mechanical cables. Renegade has since put the electronic valves, which is a nice upgrade. And, you know, of course, the first question we get is, well, what if that fails? Well, great question. All you would have to do is go from here, over to, let me just find one of the valves. Well, right here. See the little gray handle? You could literally reach in here and move it by hand. So if the electronic little switches over here ever fail, it's not hard at all to open and close the valve manually. The coach is equipped with what they call a whole house water filtration system. And when we do the final test on this one, we will put a brand new filter, so all the water going in the coach will be filtered. One last thing that I did forget, black tank flush, you can see that, cable connection, and then this is cool. This is something I think a couple years ago they started putting in, but basically you can look at battery voltage, fresh tank level, gray and black. Instead of having, to go inside the coach and look at it on the screen. 75 gallons of gray, 75 gallons of black. You can see the white hose there's the macerator pump hose. So 75 black, 75 gray, and then you got 150 gallons under the bed. Okay, so over here's the battery area. It has 3 of the 270 amp hour lithium batteries. So huge battery bank on this one. Let's see here, 270 times 3, that's going to be 810, I think, if my math is correct. So big lithium, huge amp hour battery bank, 3 of the Dragonfly Energy Game Changer 3.0s, and those are pushing the 2 big blue boxes back here on the back, which is 2 3,000 watt Victron energy inverters. One of those inverters is actually going to be able to run the middle roof air conditioner while you're going down the road without running the generator. It is mind-blowing to me how far technology has came. I mean, I bet you'd, 10, 15 years ago, if you would have asked some of these people in this industry about running an RV roof air off of the batteries through an inverter, they would have went, what? Nah. But anymore, that's just the way I think we're going to start seeing more stuff go that way, as time goes on. But dual 3,000 watt Victron energy inverter. So one of them's going to push that middle roof air, and then the other one's going to do your TV, microwaves, TV microwave. It's going to do your some outlets through the coach. So if you want to plug your cell phone in and charge it, or anything you want to plug into, most of the outlets are going to be inverted. Also, this coach does have solar. I'll have to look back at the build spec sheet, but I think it was like 800 or 1,000 watts total of solar. It's 200 watts of panels. So it either had 4 or 5 panels up on the roof. Next bay up's a little bit of storage. It's got your air hose for emergency use, or if you need to air up a tire or something on your trailer, or I guess on the coach for that matter. So you just take this rubber hose and you can pull this little cap off, quick connect right into that. The batteries up there, those are the chassis batteries. So if the engine on the coach is ever dead, though, that's the ones that you're going to want to charge. You've got some fuses down here, some little relays. Everything's so neatly labeled. You can see there's a relay for the hydraulic leveling system, some more fuses. So I guess you could say a little bit of storage down here, mainly electronics and the chassis batteries. 120 gallons of fuel under the step here on the driver's side. So it's a single fill, 120 gallons, and then the def tank is there. Show you under the hood. Of course, Freightliner does a great job with the Detroit Power. This one has the DD16, so the big guy, we'll call it, under the hood. Everything's very neatly put together. The Aqua-Hot system on the Renegade product has engine preheat, which is, if you're in a cold climate, could be a huge, huge, huge advantage to you. Basically, you fire up the Aqua-Hot, you let it, get up to temp, and then you turn on the engine preheat, and it actually runs antifreeze through the engine block. So, it's going to heat the motor up before you try to crank, because as well as I do, that's probably the worst thing, is trying to, in super cold weather, trying to crank a diesel engine that's this big. If you don't have batteries that are charged up, or an engine that's maybe recently been ran, that can put you in a pickle very, very quickly. So 600 horse motor, 6-speed Allison automatic transmission, which has 1,850 foot-pounds of torque, and a 40 40,000-pound towing capacity. 40,000, that's a lot of weight. It also has the electric block heater. So if you, I mean, I guess you could start the generator up and run you an extension cord to that. So multiple ways to heat up the motor and prevent you from being stranded with an engine that won't start. Inside the Freightliner Cascadia cab, you have the Sears seating, which is heated. You can see the little control down there for low or high heat. It's got air right up and down. It's got like a lumbar support in and out, a couple different settings there. It is the stitched seating by Sears with the Renegade RV logo embroidered there in the headrest. And I think I told you 584 miles. I think I'm pretty close, but let's see. $587, so pretty close there. We'll go ahead and crank it up for just a second. It's got the Detroit Freightliner Run Smart with the Detroit Safety Assurance Package, the 5.0. You can see there adaptive cruise, lane departure warning, and like the lane assist. So if you go to merge lanes and somebody or something is in that lane, it's going to notify you. And it's annoying at times, but I've said many times, if it keeps you from running into someone or running over someone, it was all worth it. Something that I recently learned with this engine is, let me see if I can get that to come back on. These do have navigation, and I didn't realize that. And I guess I'm just going to say I wasn't paying much attention, because a guy said, "Hey man, has that thing got nav?" And I said, "No." I said, "You probably want to stop and, get a Garmin unit," or I said, "We sell them here." Well, he didn't buy one from us. I think he just intended on using his phone on the way home. And he called me. He said, "Dude, this thing has a phenomenal navigation system." So, FYI, I learned the Freightliner navigation in the new Cascadia is really good. Okay. So yeah, 587 miles. You can see it's got the steering wheel controls, cruise and everything. It's got the differential lock, suspension dump. It's got the Voyager camera system is wired to where you can plug your trailer in and actually get a feed off the back of your trailer up there on the Voyager camera screen. It's got the Cobra CB radio, little breaker 19. Oh man. All right. Automatic. I know I've mentioned that. So just a gas and a brake, no clutch pedal. The seats swivel to it. So as we go inside, I'll have Lauren put a picture up of what the seats look like spun around, but they're actually very comfortable to set in. And, if you've got a bunch of people over or hanging out in the coach, it's two more seats. So both seats do swivel inside. These are the Sears Atlas 2. You can see there, they are comfy. Before I forget, it does have equalizer system, 4-point hydraulic leveling. That's what you see right over there. So there's the pad for it. And a little view of the command center there. Cascadia, a very, very well put together truck. Freightliner, which with all the companies, they have definitely came a long ways in the last 10 or so years. They build a nice product. Let's see, did we miss anything? I don't think I mentioned the scene lighting. So that's another option that we added. You can see there's an LED there, then there's the normal one over the porch, and then you have another one back here on the slide where the bunk windows are at. So extra scene lighting on this one. All right, let's go in and look at travel mode. So, as I've told you many times, much respect to the detail crew. Clean coach, shoes off, right? All right, so this is travel mode. We just came in through the side door, which this is a mid-entry coach. So doors in the middle. Zoom out a little bit here. There we go. So you come in, you turn to the right, you've got a full kitchen, sink, microwave, 2-burner cooktop, and the fridge up here by the cab. So this coach has the cutout, meaning if you take and push the bunk piece forward, you have a full cutout. If you come in here to sit down, you don't have to, squat down to 4.5 feet or 50 inches or whatever to gain access to the cab. So I'm literally inside the cab right now. I'm going to walk back out. So the tightest part from here all the way back to the bunks is going to be right here between the fridge and the dinette booth. And that's still probably, I don't know, 12 to 15 inches. And then between the kitchen and the dinette, you're probably 18 to 20 inches. Then you get here between the kitchen sink and the sofa, you're probably 2.5 feet. And then as you go back, let me turn the rest of the lights on. I don't know why that's, there we go. You're a couple feet here. So as you're going down the road, and we'll turn back around, show you the cab, you can grab a drink, you can, pull over, and without running a slide out, you've got access to not only a toilet and a sink in here, but you can literally just jump in the shower if you feel the need. So without running any slides, moving anything, maybe you're just pulling over for the night to sleep and you don't want to go to the hassle of opening everything up. Well, you can, pretty much access the bed and everything from here. So that's travel mode. That's one of the key benefits of a triple slide coach over a quad slide. Normally, if you have a quad slide, then, this is going to be a slide out here as well. And this is going to move in and be like, instead of there being, let's say, 18, 20 inches, it's going to be like 6 or 7 inches. So, but on the flip side, a quad slide coach is also nice when you get to where you're going and you open everything up, then you got more room inside, right? But with this triple slide, and as deep as they're building this slide, trust me, it feels like plenty of room, more than enough room. All right, give me just a moment. I'm going to run the slides out. I'm going to open the window awning that was over here on the driver's side where those two windows are at here on the sofa and dinette. I'm going to open up the big patio awnings. Trying to think of what else. All slides, window awning, patio awnings, and yeah, we're going to check out the exterior. ChaseCoach.com for all the photos. Again, 300 plus pictures. I'm ready to make a deal with you. So give me a ring and let's make a deal. All right, I'll be right back. The Tuxedo. An interesting fact for you. This exact paint scheme, and actually a very similar coach build-wise, was August of last year, the first brand new Renegade. Me and Chase Motorsports, as a licensed new Renegade dealer, received. So I named it the Dream. If you go back on the YouTube, you'll see it. And that coach is actually out in Reno, Nevada, with a very proud owner. They use it a lot, and they're enjoying it, taking their kids, grandkids, having a lot of fun. So the Dream in the Tuxedo. All right, got the cooler. Went ahead and opened it up. So I wanted to show you how they look on the inside. It is dual zone, meaning it's got, this side over here. Now this side this is where like the motor for the fridge is, so it's like an L shape, a lot more room over here, but 95 liters total of storage. And again, you can set both sides on 35 degrees to not freeze but keep things ice cold, we'll call it, or you can set it on freezer mode at 5 degrees, or you can set it wherever you want it. So it is completely adjustable. You can see the TV, Samsung 43-inch outdoor entertainment system with a JBL soundbar, crystal clear sound, and a great picture too. All smart TVs through this Renegade coach. This slide here is the only one on the passenger side. It's got the bunk beds in it, and then like the bedroom wardrobe area is also there. Let's step back and look at these awnings. Girard awnings, lateral arm where they come out and pitch down. Very clean looking. Look at there. When they painted this coach, they run the paint all the way up to the roof line, so you can see it follows the paint scheme. Nicely done, folks. Nicely done. All right, so one slide over here on the passenger side, two awnings, outdoor entertainment, outdoor cooler, and a lot of storage. I don't think I mentioned, it's got the Renegade mud flap, so a lot of protection there from, preventing you from slinging a rock off your tires through your windshield or, hitting the old man's car behind you. that he's having a bad day and he's going to come chase you down because you put a chip in his window. I'm just admiring this full body paint. We had this one spec'd out with the underglow lighting and the under slide lighting. Yes, I'm a University of Kentucky Wildcat fan, and actually I think I would say my favorite color is blue. So I always turn the blue on, but that can be changed to your color of choice. It also has the underglow lights that go along the ground. There's that Girard awning. So that window awning is electric. There's a button on the little control pad inside that allows you to open that up. So 2 slides over here. All the Renegade products going to have the slide topper, so it kind of looks like another awning there on the end of the slide towards the top. That's just a canvas material that stretches out over the top of the slide out and keeps water. If you were in a real hard rain, it's going to keep a lot of the water off. It's going to keep leaves, sticks, just normal stuff off of it. So when you go to run that slide in, it's cleaner. Keyless entry, so we can set this passcode up for you for the keyless entry, and it also comes with a couple of key fobs. All right, interior time. We're going to start out, we're going up the steps here. We're going to start out with a request from Miss Lauren. Miss Lauren, I would like you to throw up a picture of the step cover. Okay, and I think it says Renegade RV, home is where you park it. And I couldn't agree with them more. I like that. All right, so mid-entry, we showed you the step cover, which is included, and it matches the cabinet. Same color, staying the same color as the cabinets. Huge kitchen area in the 45 CBF, which kind of goes hand in hand with the design of this coach. You're sleeping 10 people. You've either got a bunch of kids, grandkids, friends. You might even be taking some people with you that you don't like, but you still got to feed them, okay? So big kitchen area, big sink. Let me zoom out a little. There we go. 2-burner induction cooktop. By the way, we're going to throw in a complimentary 10-piece stainless true induction cookware. So Lauren, throw a quick picture up of that induction cookware. Look at that. Look how shiny that stuff is. 10-piece true induction stainless is going with a deal. Samsung convection microwave oven. So you can use it as a microwave or an oven. Very nice to have. Has the Samsung Residential Series French door fridge. So the 2 doors on the top are the fridge, just like a fridge you would have inside your house. Okay, the bottom is a freezer, and it's got the built-in ice maker. Now, we don't turn the ice maker on until the coach leaves, or if you want it turned on, but it does have it, and they do work. All right, so up here to the cab, I need 2 photos from Miss Lauren again. I would like the first picture to show the cab drape. So if you're wanting instant, very quick privacy, she's going to throw a picture up. You basically unvelcro this, and this thing's on an aluminum track. The driver's side little shade here goes to the middle. The one from the passenger side, same deal, comes in the middle. So quick picture of that. Now let's show them what the seats look like spun around. So see the seats there? You can use those for entertaining guests back here in the back. All right, so we talked about the walk-through cab. So if you want to turn it into a bunk, you literally just grab this wood piece. It pulls all the way back, and the edge of the wood here drops down in this little notch. And it makes a queen-size bed with a little nightstand here to put your phone or your drink or your watch or whatever. You got USB, USB-C, 110 outlets. You got windows. That's an upgrade we did on this coach. When I was telling you, it had all those options, we did what they call the all-wood window valance. So no fabric in it, all wood. Couple little outlets over there. This is cool too. It's got a little storage box here to put stuff in. All right, so easy access to the cab if you have that bunk pushed forward. Booth style dining. What about the black furniture in this? Black's classy. We see a lot of gray, some brown, The black's classy though. So black furniture with a white table. The table drops down. That turns into a bed. You can see it's got all the original manuals. It's got 2 sets of keys. So we got 1 set here. Got another set up in the ignition. We got the shades are all powered MCD. So you just grab this. If you're on channel 0, that's all the shades. So channel 0, hit down. And it's like magic. All the shades up front here go down. You can hit the little middle button to stop them. Or you can press up. All the shades go back up. So very cool option there. Nice storage throughout. Maple cabinets. The craftsmanship of the Renegade cabinets. Hands down. They're winning. Just take my word for it. Good stuff. You do have some storage down here below the booths. Now, currently what's stored in those 2 little drawers is the cushions. You know, when you lower the tabletop down, it's the 2 cushions that would go in the middle to make a bed. All the factory touch-up paint from Premium Paint included. So, brand new coach. Moral of the story, everything comes with it, right? Big TV above the door. Now, we have a lot of comments. I noticed on one of the last videos, says, TV above the door. No, well, you tell me in this particular coach where it would go better. I mean, I guess you could put it over there in front of the microwave if you don't cook a lot. You could put it right there. You could put it up here above the bunk, but, I mean, then you're kind of blocking getting in the bunk, and then you can't have that cab cut out like that. I don't know where else you would put it. I think it works great here, personally. I mean, if you're sitting here on the couch, which the couch does turn into a bed as well, but if you're sitting there on the couch, I mean, you're literally directly across from it. And you can pull this little tether here, and the TV will move, it'll articulate. You can swing it out and set it this way, like right there. You could turn it where it's more on this angle right here. So I think it's in the perfect spot, but we seem to always have a couple people who have different opinions on that, and that's fine. Opinions are great. We love it because, you know, I've took a couple of opinions from people off the YouTube and changed a few things on the next coach. So keep them coming. Washer and dryers included, washing machine on the bottom. Got the dryer up here on the top, all Splendid brand. Little pantry area here with the pull-out drawer. So the new ones, look here. We used to just pull them. You have to push them now, and they're like spring-loaded. All dovetailed cabinetry. Very nice stuff. So there's 5 drawers. So 3 large ones and then 2 smaller ones at the top. It does have your 2 breaker panels. So one of them is going to be a panel for anything that's inverted, running off the inverters. The other panel is anything non-inverted. First, bath. So 2 complete baths in this Renegade 45 CBF. Both bathrooms have their own sink, vanity, medicine cabinet, overhead mirror, powered shade. So the day shade is not powered, okay? But the night shade, the white one is, and the little switch is just right over here. Full shower, sliding glass 3-piece door. So the new style latch too. I like that they changed that because we had a decent amount of trouble with the other ones. Teak wood seat, solid surface shower with a matching backsplash on the tile there. All Delta fixtures now on the Renegade's, little place to put your soap and stuff over there. This shower is a little smaller than the one in the back, but I've used this same exact coach before, not this one, but one just like it. And that shower's plenty of room to take a shower. Now the back one, the one back here in the master, does have a little more room, but plenty of room there. I'm sure you saw in the last video, if you watched it, but the tiled backsplash, that's something we're putting in them standard. Any of our builds will have. So, I saw a sign in a bathroom the other day that said, "Our aim is to keep this bathroom clean. Your aim would be appreciated." I thought it was funny. All right. Storage over here. Used to, the way the older Renegades, this door was designed differently, and you didn't have this cabinet here, but I always think the more cabinets, the merrier. So this is a little storage, maybe a little linen closet for bedding or towels or washcloths. Now, a pair of 76-inch bunk beds. How about that? Your own window. And each one, your own little holder down here for an iPad or a little TV. Got power there. You've got your window shade switches, so you just press this. Got your own. Everything's just very bougie. King size bed back here in the master. Now, this is the RV King, which is a 66 by 80. You do have a sliding pocket door to give you total privacy from the bunk beds, okay? So sliding pocket door, a 66 by 80 bed, little ceiling fan. That's an option that we upgraded. And even those air conditioning, the return air vent covers like that, that's an option. But nice bed. It's got the nightstands on each side. It's got power on each side. So you can plug your phone or watch or whatever in. And I showed this on one of the last ones. We had them start putting an outlet up here. Getting a lot of requests from people, sleep apnea machines and stuff. And, hey, where am I going to plug that in? No problem, sir. Got it covered. Ordered it with that option. So across from the bed, nice little wardrobe area. 3 sliding drawers there on the bottom. Couple wood doors with storage. It's cedar lined. Always have to get a good whiff of that. It smells good. It's got the door here on the front of the cabinet that opens all the way up. So that allows you like big access to the closet. You can hang your clothes and stuff, because used to you had to go in this door and then, slide everything down the rail. Let's see. Everything's good there. Okay, got that one done. Had the doors put here so you can access underneath very easily. And then you have another pocket door that separates the master bath from the master bedroom. This is the shower I was telling you about in the master that's bigger. So a little bigger, same deal here. They have this shower miser valve in them. And you can see there, it's a water saving system. Basically what it does is when you go to get in the shower, and you know how and even in your house, you'll turn the hot water on and then step out of the shower for a minute to, not stand there in the cold water as it heats up. Well, what you can do is turn this valve like that to recirculate. And what it does is it runs the water back into your fresh tank until this little light, I think when this light turns red maybe, then you turn the valve back like it is right here. But you turn it here, let the water get hot. When you go back here, you're not wasting any water because, these pumps put out quite a bit. I mean, if you turn this on hot and you walk away for 20 seconds, I'm going to say you've wasted, 2 or 3 gallons of water probably. Teak seat, we did that in both. So there's one in the mid bath and one back here. Makes it nice to be able to sit down and in the shower there. All right, another sink vanity back here in the back. You can see big mirror back in the master bath. And that's not just a mirror. It also has storage behind it with adjustable shelving. Both toilets, mid bath and the master, are the Sandy Marin. I used to not be a fan. I'm becoming more of a fan. They seem to be working better. That is just RV antifreeze. This time of the year when we get a new coach from them, Renegade always winterizes them before they send them out. So, a lot of options on this one. I do have the build sheet on my email, so if you'd like to receive a copy of that, I would be delighted to send it to you. I didn't mention the little ottoman. So that is a place to put your feet, and it's got storage, and it turns into like a little card table. So if you flip the cushion over, it's got like a little table there built in. Pretty cool. All right. Any questions, please give me a shout. Quick recap, 2026, brand new Renegade Classic 45 CBF, the Tuxedo. Right at 600 miles on it, 600 horsepower, 6-speed Allison automatic, the heavy-duty transmission. Loaded with every option under the sun. 3 roof airs, 600 Aqua-Hot. It's got the Starlink internet. We can help you set all that up, by the way. I didn't mention that earlier. The Starlink internet. You can see the little router there. It's got the digital antenna, like the amplified antenna for just watching normal TV. It's got all that. Powered windows, shades, heated floors. That's something important I didn't mention. So heated floors, dual zone. What else is big on it? Lithium battery, solar charging system, CB radio. It's got the Voyager backup camera with the hitch cam and the additional trailer camera feeds. Air ride seats. Trying to think of what else I missed. Anyways, it's loaded. If you're looking for a 45 CBF with a killer paint job on it and all the options, give me a shout and let's talk turkey. All right. Dylan Thompson, Chase Motorsports Coach and Trailer Sales, chasecoach.com, located in beautiful Paducah, Kentucky. Hey, thanks for watching. And just a reminder, be good to people. Be kind, be nice. It doesn't cost anything just to be a good person. You could make a difference in someone's day and not even know it. All right. Until next time.